guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I've been working on cleaning and decluttering my home, and the first room that I wanted to start with was my boys' bedroom. It has become quite a chaotic mess, and I'll show you a video here that I took a couple days ago. This is more or less what the room has been looking like every day. They got a hold of their toys that I put away in the closet for toy rotation, and they had taken them all out and they were just strewn across the floor. And so I knew that I needed to go through, declutter, get rid of some toys, put some toys back away for toy rotation, and then also just update this room. I took the dresser out of here to move into the little closet nursery for my son John when he was born. And so the boys, my two older boys, have been needing a new dresser, and my middle son Joshua is now crawling out of his crib, so he needs a toddler bed. And so there's a lot of updates that need to happen to this room. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little video, take you along with me as I declutter, clean, and update this room to make it more accessible for their ages and just more appropriate for their ages. So if you want to watch, then follow along with me. Okay, so here we have it. This is, like I said, the majority of every day, this is what the room looks like. And honestly, I've just been so exhausted to try to keep up with it, because I literally can spend an hour cleaning it and then it can look like this again in, 10 minutes. So like I said, a large part of it is there's so many toys available for them to play with, and a lot of them they just take and the pieces just kind of are spread out everywhere, which I don't mind. I love, like, for example, like I love the little tubes that they play with or the train set, but for me, I would rather them have like one of those out that they can play with at a time, and then we can do toy rotation so that there's not so many pieces to pick up at once. Another part of this is we just don't have the furniture in this room that we need. So the boys need a dresser. They had the old changing table, which I moved to John, his little nursery. And so they need a dresser here for their clothes. They need, if you look over here, I kind of want to update this reading area and maybe even get like a big bean bag over there that I could sit with them, or my husband could sit with them at night and read to them, like a little reading area for all of us. And then they need a bed update. So we're gonna be getting rid of the crib. This is also a crib. It's been converted into a toddler bed, but that's gonna stay a toddler bed for Joshua. And then we're gonna get rid of this crib, and we're gonna put in another toddler bed for Josiah, because they're both ready to start sleeping in toddler beds. And this one, unfortunately, does not convert to a toddler bed. So we'll just be getting rid of the crib, because John still is in the bassinet. He'll be there for a little while longer. So new bed there, and then new dresser for the room. I also wanted to show this closet. This is pretty embarrassing, the state that it's been in, but this is just honesty and me being real with you. So because they haven't had a dresser, I've just kind of been throwing all their clothes there. It's like somewhat organized in my mind, even though it looks like chaos. So one side is Josiah's clothes, the other side is Joshua's clothes, and then here we have all of Joshua's like shirts that are hung, and then Josiah's shirts are on the other side. But it's kind of just like a hodgepodge of things. Like, I know where everything is, but it's definitely not organized well. And I really want this closet to be a nice organized space. This is where a lot of the toys have gone for toy rotation, so I need to go back through here and maybe get some nice shelving that can go in there. There we've got old clothes that I'm saving for John. Just more toys up here. So this is definitely a project. It's going to take probably all week to get this room decluttered, to get the furniture in, to get it organized, figure out where I want to put everything. But it's going to look so great when it's done. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is I want to put a little table in here, because I want this to also be a place where we can do some homeschool activities. We'll be using the kitchen too, primarily for our homeschool, but I would like this room to also be a place where they could sit and they could write or read or do some activities here in the room. So probably be putting in a cute little table as well. Okay, the two first pieces of furniture have come. They have been shipped, and so you can see the first one is back there. That's the toddler bed. And then the dresser, which is super heavy, is in the hallway. So I'm gonna be moving both of those into the room right now and setting them up. And I'm joined by my little buddy here. He's gonna be hanging out with us while we set those two pieces of furniture up. See, here's one of the pieces where it's got the natural wood and then the white outline with it. Okay, so you're not gonna believe this. I have to take the whole thing apart. I thought these were just, any of the four white pieces were just, you could put them wherever, but turns out I put two on one side, that one needs to be on the other side. Anyways, long story short, I have to take it all apart and put it back together again. So, okay, after some frustration and having to take some deep breaths and working through it and probably an extra 30 to 45 minutes of setting it back up, the bed is now put together the proper way. So I like it. I like that it's really low to the ground. I've been trying to incorporate more like Montessori type ideas. I especially love the independence that it teaches your toddlers, but we live in Arizona and there's no way that I feel safe or comfortable doing floor beds, just with the amount of critters that we have here, especially with scorpions. The area that we live in is a little bit outside of the city, so I know we get more scorpions here than usual, and I just would not feel safe with them being on a floor bed. So I will not be doing floor beds, but I like that this is so low to the ground. It's actually lower than even the little crib that we had that transitioned to a toddler bed. This one here is lower than that. So if I really like this bed, I may even consider purchasing a second one for my other son. But for now, we'll stick with this one and the crib that we converted into a toddler bed for both the boys. So this one is set up and ready to go. Okay, here we are. It's the next day and the other pieces of furniture have come in the mail. So we are going to set up the dresser, the little table and stools, and then there's some under storage bins that I got for their shoes. So we're going to be setting all of that up today. Okay, here we have the table all complete. Setup was super quick. Honestly, the hardest part was just attaching this. Just needed a screwdriver to screw in right here. And that's for a paper roll that we could order later. We don't have one yet, but the rest of it, super nice. These come off. The storage bins go inside, just like this. And then of course they're collapsible if you don't want them sticking out the bottom part like that. And then there's also a black side that you can flip to as well. Just like that. So we're gonna set up the stools that go along with this table now. Okay, so here we have it. The table is all set up. The stools were so easy. The boys helped me set the table and the stools up. Literally, you just have to twist in these legs and it's ready to go. So super user-friendly, and I can already tell we're gonna get a lot of good use out of this table. This was actually gifted to us by my mother for their birthday. I had requested a little sensory table like this because I knew they would love it and we would get a lot of use out of it. So. Okay, the pieces are all out, laid out, ready to go. I have my instruction booklet here. My goal is to build this dresser in less than an hour because this little guy needs to take a nap. And I want to have it built with no, loose pieces before he goes down for his nap. So that's my goal, within an hour. And hopefully this time I do not put it, 80% together only to realize I've done something wrong and take it apart. So I'm gonna move very slowly and precisely, but also with a time limit in mind. Okay, well, it is finished, and I must say this was a beast to put together. Directions were really clear and really easy to follow. It had so many parts, and ended up probably taking me 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours to put it together. So, but I'm very happy with the way that it looks. I'm very happy with the way the drawers pull out. I think they'll be really easy for my boys. Part of why I wanted this dresser was how low it was to the ground. So once again, trying to incorporate more Montessori ideas with their clothes folded and put away in here. They'll be able to pick what they want to wear in the morning and be able to put their clothes back away in the drawers. So very happy with this. The only thing, we'll have to see how the drawers hold up. They are a little bit, it was a dresser off Amazon, so it's not the highest quality as far as like the structure. So hopefully, with toddlers and them pulling these drawers in and out, I'm hoping that they don't, fall apart too quickly. So we'll just have to teach them to be very careful with how they open the drawers, but otherwise I'm very happy with it. So I am done for the night. Put together this dresser, put together the table. Tomorrow and the next day I'm going to be working on getting the furniture where I want it in the room, and then of course working on some decorations for the walls and getting this closet and everything else finished up. So I got a set of these, which I thought would be adorable to go near their table. So we have transport alphabet and then transport numbers. So they can work on their alphabet and their numbers. Okay, well, after many hours of hard work, their room is finally done, and I'm excited to show you the final product. So Just got done vacuuming it. It's nice and clean, so let's go take a look at their new room. And here it is. Probably the cleanest it'll ever be. And if you had toddlers, you know what I mean. The room gets quite messy, but here we have the dresser that's set up. My son Josiah's new toddler bed. And then Joshua, he gets the toddler bed as well. He has moved his way up to the toddler bed. I got some new shoe storage bins that fit nicely under the bed. So this one here, I'll just go up and kind of show you. They can just toss them in and it doesn't really matter, you know, if they're in there nicely or not, but they each have their own little bin that they can pull their shoes out of. And then we have their little reading corner right here, their bookshelf, their new little table set up there in the corner. I love these, so they can sit there and we can go over, you know, their numbers and their alphabet together. And of course they can look at their vehicles, which they love. And like I said before, this was, you know, safari themed, but of course they love vehicles. And so I wanted to try to incorporate, you know, keep the safari theme because I think it's so cute and I already have a lot of those decorations anyways, but then add in some vehicles. So we added in some of their nicer trains and trucks there. And then like I showed you earlier, we got this little set of prints to go on the wall. And then these two here, just to add in a little bit of that. So let me show you the closet now. So here we have it. I'm happy with what it is. It's not like perfect, but it's organized enough that I know where everything's supposed to go. So of course, all of their clothes get hung here, right here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now how I do their toy rotation. So I'll take out the bins. I have those bins there. I'll take them out and I'll show you what I do with, you know, with the toys inside. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick how I have their little storage bins set up for toy rotation. So I've got this bin for like all of the smaller items and anything that has like loose parts. I just put in these Ziploc bags. That way all the pieces stay together. And so if I know they want a certain toy to play with, I just grab the whole bag and all the pieces are there together rather than having to rummage through the whole thing. These are some bags for some of the toys that are already out on the shelf. So I'll just keep those right there. And then anything that like stays together on its own like this, I'll just put in here. I'm not too worried about like what it looks like in here. I'm kind of just, you know, finding space for it where I can, and then I'll be able to switch it out when I need to. And then I have a second bin here. This is their vehicles and train set. Any sort of vehicle or train goes in here, and then I can just swap them out with their other vehicles as they want them, or, you know, as they want to switch out for a different vehicle. Okay, and then I have both of those bins just there on the side so I can take them out when I need to. And then I just have, this is of course for John when he's walking, but I'm storing that there on top. And then this is a bunch of items that belong to these two larger ones. So these stay stored in here, and we just bring them out during the day when they want to play with them, and then we'll put them back at night so that it's not too cluttery looking in the room. So here we have the other side of the closet. Nicely organized, their hampers there. Here's their hanging organizer, so miscellaneous like hats, pull-ups, bags, wall decor. I have like some lettering in there and stuff. Extra sheets. That's an extra padding that goes to a little play pin. That'll be used primarily for John when he's old enough. And then this is the Jolly Jumper, so when he's a little older he can start using that, but I'm just keeping it in there along with a few other things. These are just extra winter clothes that were gifted to us by my mother-in-law, and I'm keeping them in there until it's time for them to wear them. And then up here we've got bags, extra diaper bags, extra gear, the baby tush. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, or tush baby, which is really nice, but that'll be for John when he gets a little older. So that's it. That is the closet, organized nicely, and I'm very happy with the progress that I made with it. So that's it. That is our room, and I love it, and I'm very excited to have my boys play in here and grow in here and enjoy this space. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got inspired by this. If you have, if you're looking for Montessori-inspired ideas, kind of like made simple, hopefully this kind of inspired you that way. Or if you're just looking for room transformation ideas, organization ideas, hopefully you got some sort of inspiration from this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.